One of my favorite ways to kind of calm myself down and reel myself back into reality is to remind myself that I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. It's not like anything in my life is going to catastrophically fail. I'm not anywhere near going to go homeless, going to go hungry, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I will be fine. I think a lot of people really rack themselves up with a lot of worry about their future, about their current situation, whatever it may be. They think of the worst, plan for the worst, anticipate the worst, and they're only focused about the worst. And I mean, I used to be like that too. I used to always think about the worst case scenario and how to plan for it, how to plan around it, how to account for it to be able to succeed. But now, I mean, I still do that, you know what I'm saying? You don't really ever get rid of that. But I don't allow that kind of thinking to hold me down. I don't allow that kind of thinking to like prohibit me from trying to do new things or just be a person. I used to be very restrictive of myself because I never wanted to embarrass myself or look like an idiot or maybe even worsen my situation. I never really took any risks. But now I'm at a point where I'm able to give myself a lot more grace. I give myself a lot more freedom to make mistakes, to learn from them in order to progress as a person. You know what I mean? I I'm just gonna use this Walmart example I talked about yesterday because fuck, that's the only thing on my mind right now. Somehow still, because I still feel really embarrassed by it a little bit. But I'm not very good at confrontation. I'm not very good at trying to be stern with people that I don't really know. Just in general, really, but with people I don't really know in like face to face real life, I'm really bad at like trying to just be assertive. I can be nice. I'm very conversationally well versed, I'll say, but when there's a problem that I need to address, I'm not very good at it. I don't like making other people uncomfortable. And a lot of the times when you do that, when you walk up to someone and say, "Yeah, here's a problem that needs to be solved," it's an uncomfortable situation. And I don't like to do that. I mean, in that moment I had to learn not really how to talk to them. Because I know I have the dialogue script. I have it. It's just the implementation of it, really. Being able to actively like act out what you have in your head, and not try and to try not to feel embarrassed by it, to try not to feel like you're a nuisance or you're a bother to these people. It's really hard at first. I like walked in for the third time to Walmart to ask for like an upper level manager, and I felt like a fucking doofus, man. Especially while I'm waiting for the guy to arrive, I felt like a fucking fool. Another example I have about just like everything will be fine, I don't really need to worry, is just like getting in a car accident. I think a while ago, like a month ago, I made a video about when I got into my first car wreck, my first and only car wreck, where I got hit. I remember in the moment, I wasn't even mad. I was more or less just like, okay, okay, that's pretty cool, pretty not okay, I wasn't really taking it as seriously as I probably should have. But I remember as I'm driving away, in my head, I'm thinking, it's literally just a car. None of my bones are broken. It's not like we're on the highway and it was a high fucking he slammed me into a wall or something. I'm not cut in half. The bumper of my car is missing. Whoop de fucking do. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. And with all the issues of insurance and the fact that I was on the job at the time, like I on a delivery at my job, I was just thinking of the worst, like, oh, I'm either gonna lose my job or I'm gonna fucking drown in debt from this or something or whatever. My insurance rate will grow up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what? I'm fine. I will figure it out, but I'm okay. Nothing of my life is going to change substantially. This is just a minor bump in the road, pun intended. I'm just gonna play Fortnite with my friends, and that's what I did. I played Fortnite with my friends when I got home. I think it's really important to just remind yourself that most like negative things that will happen in your life, most inconveniences, most disadvantages that you'll face, they're just that. They're just inconveniences. They're just temporary disadvantages. You as a person will be fine. You will like make it through that. As much as you may think you won't, and you may think, "Oh, I'm going through something so impossible right now," or "I'm going through something so difficult. I don't know what I'm going to do." You'll be fine. As long as you keep your head just level with yourself, have a clear vision of what you are trying to achieve, you will be fine, you know? Sure, you can worry about the minor things, but why do that when you can focus on success, when you could focus on bettering your situation or bettering yourself, you know? To get bothered by the little things and allow those to accumulate in your head and to keep racking them up until it's something even larger that you may not even be able to deal with, that is how you begin to spiral downward. I'm not saying to just shrug these things off, but give them the appropriate recognition, allow a feel what you need to feel, and then keep going. And then keep going. And then keep going. You know? Understand that a lot of things in your life that will happen to you will happen to you. And then it'll be done. And then you can move on. And then that'll be it. And then you can keep going. Because you will be fine. You know? You as a person will be able to move on. And it's only yourself who is focusing on all of the fucking bad shit that happens to you. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is to just relax. Take a deep breath, feel what you need to feel, and then make a plan for success. Make a plan to better your situation. Make a plan to keep moving forward. Because you will be okay. Thank you.